Hey friends, it's Jenna with Dog Liaison Training, and today I wanted to acknowledge the problem with positive reinforcement trainers. So, full disclosure, I consider myself a fear-free trainer. I don't use any e-collars, prong collars, chain collars, harsh correction-based methods. I ignore undesired behavior. And the problem is that the other dog training communities, the other dog training styles, let's say like the alpha pack or balance trainers, they often point to positive reinforcement trainers or fear-free trainers and say, yeah, it's cool that your treats work for like sit, but it's not going to work for an aggressive dog, or it's not going to work for desensitization, or it's not going to work for reactivity, or it's not going to work for separation anxiety. And the reason they're able to say that is because they're pinpointing trainers that represent our community who are less educated. So just in like the YouTube world or in the celebrity dog trainer facet, there are a lot of positive reinforcement trainers that they might do the basic skill sets really well, and they may know how to lure a dog with treats till the cows come home. But the second you get rid of a treat, or for example, you get rid of luring, like they no longer know how to get rid of that, like how to train a dog. Or the second you get rid of being able to touch a dog, to pet them, they no longer know how to motivate him. And they no longer know what positive reinforcement is. And so, in my opinion, those people that are representing our community, they're just uneducated, and they have a lapse of information. So it's understandable why a balanced trainer would pinpoint those people and be like, see, this technique over here is not going to work for an aggressive dog. This technique over here is not going to work for separation anxiety. They're right. Like, those techniques won't work. And we need, as a community, as a positive reinforcement community, to address the elephant in the room and be like, look, we need more integrity. We need to admit that those things are not what we're using. We're using counter conditioning. We're using desensitization. We're using capturing and shaping. Those methods are far better than luring a dog, okay? We understand how learned helplessness works. We understand how negative reinforcement works. We understand how negative punishment works. Like, we understand these concepts, and we use them strategically. So that needs to be representing positive reinforcement. And I think that if we can demonstrate that we understand how to use our reinforcement strategically, that we understand when to feed, how to feed, what to feed. What to feed is a huge thing. It's not just a matter of giving treats. I'm going to have a whole video on how we treat, and what food works and what food doesn't, and why we use what, okay? But that is positive reinforcement training. That is fear-free training, strategy, critical analysis, having a big perspective. That is positive reinforcement training. So when you go on YouTube and you type in how to make a dog sit, and they bring up the treat and they just lure the dog and they go, yay, good dog, woo, party, treat. Like, that's not going to work. Or if they're dealing with separation anxiety and their solution is just to crate train. Simply crate training a dog is not going to fix separation anxiety. And positive reinforcement trainers need to stop doing that. Okay, yes, crate training can be helpful. It can aid in the process. But, like, stop using crate training as this one-all solution. It's not, and it won't work. And we need to just own that our community has been misrepresented by ill-informed trainers, or trainers who just simply have not taken the time to educate themselves. And we need to come out, and we need to say, instead of crate training separation anxiety, let's do time-based training. Let's back away. Don't train linearly. Let's train in an awkward pattern. Like, as a viewer right now, you don't need to know all those things, but that's what our community should be doing. So if your positive reinforcement trainer is just happy-go-lucky, positive, yay, treats, everything is fun, roses and daisies, like, probably not the right choice for you. Another good indication, this is just kind of a little tidbit, but another good indication that the person isn't informed on positive reinforcement strategy is if they go like this. Sit, Sit. Sit. Treat. Yay! Good boy. Like, that's no. Even my dog was like, huh? He just got up and was like, what was that? Because I just don't do that to him. So we need to own that, and we need to know what that looks like, why we don't treat that way, why we don't behave that way. Okay, guys. This has been a little bit of a rant. I hope that we can look at positive reinforcement trainers in a different perspective. And first and foremost, we need to be using evidence-based methods, evidence-based research. If it's not in science, if it's not provable, if you can't pinpoint where you got your information from other than you manifested it in a dream, we need to have a chit chat. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Have a good night.